What's up guys, welcome to another video on the channel. Last video we made a tier list of every live action Spider-Man suit. If you didn't see that, go check it out. And today we're going to be ranking all of the suits in Batman Arkham City. There are only 9 suits here, so I figured this video won't be too long. So be sure to like and subscribe, and let's get started. Before we get started, I would just like to point out that I don't think any of these suits are bad. Honestly. Even the 9th spot on this list I feel has some good qualities to it and overall isn't a bad suit. It's just the way it looks in the game and some other things that I'll point out later in the list. So enough stalling, let's get right into it. At number 9 we have the Batman Year 1 suit. This suit isn't even that bad. I like the symbol, his build is decent, and the costume looks good overall. This is a good interpretation of the Year 1 suit, not gonna lie. But the problem I have is just the way it looks in the game. Like, it just stands out when compared to the more realistic graphics of the Arkhamverse. While it isn't as bad as in the original game, it definitely stands out in the Return to Arkham version. I also think the color scheme is a little off, where the cowl and cape almost seems gray instead of black. And is it just me, or are the eyes a little small? Not terrible, but just looks a little weird to me. In 8th place, we have the Batman Incorporated suit. Between this and number 7, it was actually pretty close. On the surface, this is a great Batman design. Classic logo, great black, gray, and gold color scheme, and a pretty good looking cowl as well. The only thing that looks weird is the crotch piece. It really just disrupts the flow of the suit, and it's not the design team's fault for this. I think this is what most people point out when they highlight flaws in this suit. This is how it was drawn in the comics though, and Rocksteady did their job by translating it into the game. Also, the muscle in the suit looks a little weird, like one of those muscle suits that actors wear when they're playing a superhero. So that also brought it down for me, so right now it stands out number 8. In 7th, we have the Batman Earth 1 suit. This suit looks pretty similar to the ink suit. The symbols look pretty close to how it looked as well. And I like how the dark blue of the cowl and cape contrasts with the gray. This design is honestly one of my favorite alternate universe Batman suits, so my personal bias slightly plays a factor into this pick. I think it was translated very well into the game by Rocksteady, but it's at number 7 because I just feel there are better suits in this game. Number 6, this may be a little controversial, but the Dark Knight Returns suit. Now, like I said before, I don't think any of these suits are bad. This suit is iconic for Batman, coming from an even more iconic story, but it's just the way it looks in the game. I think this one just didn't hit the mark. Frank Miller's more bigger, blockier art style of The Dark Knight Returns just looks kind of off in the game. Other than that, this suit is fine. Great overall design, just doesn't fit the tone of the games. At 5th, this may even be more controversial than the last, but the Batman Beyond suit. Okay, this suit looks good. I think this is a good representation of Terry McGinnis in the Arkhamverse. But the character model they use just looks off to me. They look for a bigger, more muscular and textured body instead of just giving us the classic DCAU style. To me, it just looks a little off, makes Batman almost look alien, you know? The DCAU style was iconic, and I feel like that would have been a better choice for them to design the suit off of. Much rather would have liked to have seen a stale shaded version of the suit, like another suit higher up on this list, but I digress. It's a great overall design, just really would have liked to see that design instead of this. 4th, we have Batman using the power of fear in the Sinestro Corps suit. Now, I know this is a fan favorite for Arkham City players, and I honestly like it too. Batman using the power of fear as the Yellow Lantern goes absolutely insane. And I think that Rocksteady did an amazing job translating David Finch's artwork into the game. Me personally, I like this design over Green Lantern Batman, but that's another topic for another day. I love the dirt and grime all over the yellow parts, and I also like the texturing of this, and I know this is a given, but I like how they added the Yellow Lantern ring. I wish this suit returned in Arkham Knight, but sadly it did not. So let's move on to the top 3. Kicking off the top 3, we have the 1970s suit. Now, I want you to do something for me. Picture classic Batman in your head. You got it? For me, this is what I think of right here. The blue and gray suit, the classic oval-shaped bat symbol, everything about this to me screams classic Batman. Other than the top 2 suits on this list, this is probably the one that I use other than the default. It's just that good to me. I also think it's fitting to use this during the Ra's al Ghul boss fight, as you can recreate that iconic duel in the desert that they had in the comics. I think Rocksteady did another great job translating this into the game. While it isn't without its flaws, like it having the same problem as the Year 1 suit, with the eyes being a little small and it kind of looking goofy in some scenarios, I think it is one of the better suits in this game. Now, before we get down to the last 2, I would like to give a shout out to some honorable mentions. Now, our first honorable mention goes to the Mad Hatter Batsuit. This only appeared in one side mission, can't free roam with it or play with it in any challenge map, so that's why it's not included on the full list. It's basically the Arkham City suit with a Mad Hatter mask on, nothing too special about it. Our next honorable mention goes to the armored Batsuit from the Nintendo and Wii U. In this art style, armored Batman just doesn't work for me. I like the kind of grounded, more realistic-y, but more comic-y look for his suit, instead of him just wearing a full-out armor. I can't get any footage with this because I don't own a Nintendo nor a Wii U, and honestly I think this suit is very over-designed. Now, if you've played Arkham City before, you probably know the last 2. For me, these were no-brainers, so at number 2 we have Batman the Animated Series suit. This is arguably the definitive version of Batman, and this may even be the definitive version of the Batsuit. Hearing Kevin Conroy deliver an amazing performance, but using this suit in it just is the cherry on top. I feel like this suit was done almost perfectly, and this is how they should have done the Beyond suit. Instead of going for that bigger, bulkier, more realistic version, I think they should have fully embraced the DCAU art style. The triangular eyes, classic bat symbol, and cel-shaded design really make this suit stand out. This has a special place in a lot of people's hearts as the definitive Batman and their first introduction to Batman, and this design still holds up today. The only 2 things I don't like about this suit are the texturing. I feel like they should have done away with that, and also making the black a little bit darker and giving us those purple highlights like you see in the Arkham Knight mods. If they added those things, this suit would be 10 out of 10 for sure. But there can only be one best suit in this game, and for me that goes to the default skin. Now, not gonna lie, this is my favorite Batman suit ever in any media. Comics, movies, TV, video games, whatever. I feel like this suit gets very overlooked compared to the Asylum and Night suits, but I think this is the perfect middle ground. This suit perfectly fits the world that's grounded and gritty, just like the Arkhamverse is. I honestly think that James Gunn should base the DCU Batman suit off of this one. To me, it's just the perfect middle ground for a comic Batman, but also a more grounded and realistic one. This suit is just iconic to me, and I feel this should be considered the definitive suit for the Arkhamverse. Like I said earlier, I really don't change suits while playing this game, and if you just look at it, you can tell why. So that's the list. I hope you enjoyed. This actually didn't take that long to make. I had enough Arkham City footage from the Xbox and the PlayStation, so it was kind of easy. Like I said before, all of these suits are good, and hopefully you enjoyed this. I might do another one, and see you later.